Cleopatra, a name that echoes through time, but do we know who she truly was? The woman, the queen, the legend. Cleopatra has been a subject of fascination for over 2,000 years. Yet, despite the countless stories and portrayals, her true character remains an enigma. Throughout history, Cleopatra has been depicted in many lights, from a ruthless seductress to an intellectual strategist, from a master manipulator to a beloved queen. These varied interpretations demonstrate the complexity of her persona, but also raise the question, who was the real Cleopatra? The debate continues even today, as historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike delve into ancient records, hoping to unveil the woman behind the myth. Each new discovery provides a fresh perspective, further complicating the puzzle that is Cleopatra. But one thing remains clear. Cleopatra was far more than just a beautiful queen. She was a formidable leader and a shrewd diplomat who ruled one of the greatest civilizations of the ancient world. Dive into the past and unravel the enigma of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Born into a world of power and intrigue, Cleopatra was destined for greatness from the very beginning. A daughter of the Ptolemaic dynasty, she was born into a lineage that traced its roots back to one of Alexander the Great's generals, Ptolemy. The palace halls echoed with whispers of power struggles and political machinations, serving as the backdrop to Cleopatra's formative years. Her education was nothing short of royal. She was tutored by the finest scholars of Alexandria, learning everything from politics to philosophy, arts to astronomy, making her one of the most educated women of her time. She was also a linguist, proficient in 9 languages, which played a significant role in her ability to connect with people of different cultures. Yet her childhood was not all golden. The political climate in Egypt was volatile. Power was a coveted prize, leading to familial betrayals and conflicts. Despite the turbulence of her early years, Cleopatra was being shaped into a formidable leader. At the tender age of 18, Cleopatra ascended to the throne of Egypt, but her reign was anything but smooth. Upon the death of her father, Ptolemy XII, Cleopatra was to rule Egypt alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, as per the customs of the time. However, the sibling co-rulership was fraught with tension from the start. The young queen found herself in a power struggle, not just with her brother, but with the influential court officials who backed him. Cleopatra was no stranger to adversity, though. Despite her youthful age, she was a woman of remarkable intellect and political savvy. She knew that holding the throne would require alliances and careful maneuvering. And so, she began to weave her web of influence, utilizing her charisma and wit to gain allies. But her brother's supporters were not so easily swayed. They sought to undermine Cleopatra, leading to her brief exile from Egypt. Yet, the resilient queen was not to be deterred. Cleopatra gathered an army and prepared for a fight to reclaim her throne. At the same time, the mighty Roman Empire was expanding its reach. Cleopatra saw a golden opportunity in forming an alliance with Rome, specifically with the powerful general Julius Caesar. This was a strategic move that would not only help her regain her throne, but also secure her position as the ruler of Egypt. This alliance was not without its complications, however. It sparked outrage among many in Rome and Egypt, leading to further tensions and conflicts. But Cleopatra was unyielding. She stood firm, navigating through these challenges with a delicate balance of diplomacy and force. Throughout her ascension to power, Cleopatra proved herself to be a tactician. She faced power struggles, political upheaval, and personal threats. But through it all, she remained steadfast in her pursuit of power. She did not let her age define her capability. Instead, she used her intelligence, charm, and determination to secure her place on the throne. Cleopatra's cunning and determination saw her through these trials, solidifying her place as the ruler of Egypt. The fate of Egypt lay in the balance, and Cleopatra knew the key to its survival was Rome. Cleopatra's reign saw her form alliances with 2 of Rome's most powerful figures, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. These relationships were not born out of love alone, but also strategic necessity. Egypt was under threat from the expanding Roman Empire, and Cleopatra understood the importance of having powerful allies. First came Julius Caesar. Cleopatra, ever the cunning diplomat, saw an opportunity in Caesar's ambition. She offered him not just her heart, but also Egypt's wealth and strategic advantages. Their alliance was a marriage of convenience that paid off. With Caesar's support, Cleopatra solidified her position as Egypt's ruler. But Caesar's assassination changed everything. Rome was thrown into chaos, and Cleopatra's position was suddenly precarious. Here is where Mark Antony enters our story. A powerful Roman general, he was vying for control of the empire. Cleopatra saw another opportunity. She allied herself with Antony, once again offering the strategic advantages of Egypt. Their relationship was passionate and politically beneficial. Together, they dreamt of a united Roman and Egyptian empire. However, their dream would remain just that. Their alliance made them enemies in Rome, particularly with Octavian, Caesar's adopted son. It led to a war that ended with both Antony and Cleopatra's deaths, and Egypt becoming a Roman province. The alliances Cleopatra made with Rome were a double-edged sword. They brought her power, but also danger. They marked a period of significant influence for Egypt, yet ultimately led to its downfall as an independent nation. Cleopatra's alliances with Rome were strategic, yet fraught with danger, shaping the course of history. The wheel of fortune turns, and even the mightiest can fall. And so it was with Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt. Her final years were a maelstrom of political upheaval, personal tragedy, and the inexorable march of history. As the grip of Rome tightened around Egypt, Cleopatra found herself in a desperate game of power and survival. The death of Julius Caesar, her ally and lover in 44 BC, had left her vulnerable. His successor, Octavian, was not as amenable to her charm and political acumen. He saw Cleopatra as a threat to his vision of a unified Rome, and he was determined to bring her to heel. The queen, however, was not one to go down without a fight. She rallied her forces and, together with her lover Mark Antony, challenged Octavian's supremacy in the epic Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Yet the odds were against them. The Roman legions, under the command of Octavian's brilliant general, Agrippa, were too strong, and the Egyptian fleet was defeated. In the aftermath of Actium, the dream of an independent Egypt crumbled. Mark Antony, believing Cleopatra to be dead, fell on his own sword. Cleopatra, in turn, was left to face Octavian alone. The stories say she chose to die by the bite of an asp, rather than be paraded through Rome in chains. Cleopatra's death marked the end of an era. Egypt became a province of Rome, and the age of pharaohs was over. Yet, the queen's legend lived on. Her life became a tale of passion and power, of a woman who dared to challenge the might of Rome. Her death, shrouded in mystery and drama, became a symbol of her indomitable spirit. In death as in life, Cleopatra remained a figure of fascination and speculation. Her story continues to captivate us, a testament to the enduring allure of this remarkable queen. Cleopatra's reign ended, but her story was far from over. Indeed, the tale of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, has transcended generations, leaving an indelible mark on history and culture. In the aftermath of her reign, Cleopatra's image was the subject of many myths and legends, often shaped by those who sought to tarnish her reputation. The Romans, for instance, painted her as a seductress, a manipulator who used her charm to beguile powerful men. This portrayal, however, is only one facet of the complex figure that Cleopatra was. Her true legacy lies in her deft political maneuvering and her exceptional leadership skills. Cleopatra was a polyglot, fluent in several languages, and a shrewd diplomat. She inherited a kingdom on the brink of collapse and managed to keep it afloat amidst the turbulent politics of the era. She was a visionary who dreamt of a united Mediterranean under her rule. A dream that, had it been realized, might have changed the face of the world as we know it. Cleopatra's influence extends far beyond the realm of politics and history. She has been a constant figure in various forms of art and literature, from Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra to Hollywood's silver screen. She has become a symbol of power, beauty, and resilience, a timeless icon who continues to captivate the imagination of people around the globe. But perhaps the most enduring aspect of Cleopatra's legacy is the mystery that surrounds her. Even today, historians and archaeologists are still trying to piece together the enigma that is Cleopatra. The location of her tomb remains unknown, and her death is the subject of much speculation and debate. Yet, despite the controversies and the mystery, Cleopatra's legacy remains undiminished. It is a testament to her enduring appeal, that, over 2,000 years after her death, we are still fascinated by her story. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, forever remains an emblem of power, beauty, and intrigue.